joining me live, and to those that be joining me on archive, I'm being joined by Reggie Owens and, of course, G-Funk. I know G-Funk is going to try and reach the jab button. I don't know if he can. It's kind of high there.
Uppercut.
That's right. Man, make sure you throw a jab at that like button. If you're listening on archive, just take a moment, hit the thumbs up. There you go. Okay, well, was that hard? I don't think that was that hard. Okay, and by the way, that's make sure it turns blue. If it didn't turn blue, you didn't properly utilize the jab. Okay, I'm just saying, right? Look at this, bro. The triple alliance or something. I don't know what it calls, but we're all here. Okay, Marcus Johnson in the chat. What's going on? DStyleBoxing is live. We're back 10 p.m. Eastern time. We're a little early this time because we have a loaded show. Look at this. Okay, this is a loaded-ass show. And this show is being brought to you by Sharpie.
The one and only Sharpie.
That's right. Clinton Bronson in the house. What's going on, man? Great weekend. How you guys been, man? How you been, Reggie?
Man, been doing good, man. I can't complain. Man, got to relax, chill. Man, and anytime we got a bunch of fights, I'm enjoying it. From Friday to Saturday, I can't complain, man.
What about you, G-Funk, besides that terrible cap you're wearing? Besides that, how are you doing?
Oh, man. Well, I'm good because we had all the fights, like Reggie said, Friday, Saturday night. Not to mention Sunday, my boys won again. You know what I'm saying? So, looking nice, man. I'm glad to be back. I want to thank you for having me on the platform again, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I forgot to wear the Mexican jersey, bro. I don't know what happened. I lost focus. It's all right. All right. Then we got Mr. Boxing today in the house.
What's good, Mr. Boxing?
Absolutely. Make sure you guys subscribe to Mr. Boxing today, too, for your best heavyweight boxing talk. All right. Es el 16 de septiembre. It is Mexican Independence Day. So shout out to everybody out there, by the way. To everyone out there in Mexico and all Mexicans out there, shout out. All right. And of course, Tax says DStyle in the building. Tax in the building. Absolutely. Woodson in the building. All right. I'm going to start off with you, Reggie, because I know you have a lot to say about this. Fury Wallin, how did you see that fight? And what are your thoughts about it?
I saw that fight as a draw, and Tyson came in there. I can't even say Tyson underestimated this dude. This dude came in there and gave Tyson more than what he was expected. Tyson came in there. When I was viewing the fight, I said, this dude looks flat. Something looks off. He's moving around, throwing out the lazy throwaway jabs. His angling was bad. Him grabbing the ropes, throwing out punches, holding. And even in that first round, when I seen Tyson Fury clutching this dude, I'm like, man, what the hell is going on? Where's the preparation? Wallin came in there. Serious is what I loved and respect from Otto Wallin was the fact that he came in there coming straight forward for Tyson. He had good enough movement that made Tyson's jab very inaccurate. And he was coming to that dude, working towards the body, sticking at Tyson, coming around some of those jabs, and Tyson was just ineffective. And this is even before the cut. This dude had a lot of success. I'm gonna leave it short before we go into the cut, but the first two rounds, Wallin worked perfectly and not showing that he was a walkover opponent. He came to give it his all. I was almost mad that I didn't put money in it because for a while I was wondering, kind of thinking, should I make money on it right before the fight? Did my prayer that he'd land a lucky punch, and we end up getting it. But I'm going to stop short until we go into the cut.
Absolutely. I have to do some adjustments there. That way we don't cover G-Funk. All right, there you go. All right, there you go. All right, and AJ10 is feeling it. There you go. AJ says he gave Wallin 4 rounds. Okay, the Dragon Chat. Look at this. It's calling it's calling this. I like it. The Dragon Chat. All right, and look, G-Funk, how did you see it, man?
Well, as far as how I scored it, I thought Fury won, but I also thought that he looked like 6'9" pile of dog shit out there. I mean, he just did not look good.
It's probably horse shit if it's that tall.
Yeah, it was ugly, man. Even from the start, I agree with Reggie. He's out there throwing a sloppy jab, trying to look cute or whatever. I don't know what he was trying to do the first 4 rounds. And then he gets cut, and then he just shells up for like the next 4 to 5 rounds. And then he started fighting like Klitschko. You know, want to hit, want to hold all night long. Just an ugly, ugly fight. But you got to give Wallin credit, man. He came in and he had nothing to lose, man. Go in there, let your hands go, and he did some damage, man. And it was very close to being stopped, man. Like I had that feeling. I was looking, I was like, man, there's a possibility they might stop this fight because that cut was nasty. And I had to explain. I was at a party while we was watching. I had to explain to everybody, like, if they stop this fight right now, Fury's done. He lost. Like it's it's not like a one of those, what do they call them, a no decision or something like that. Like he got hit, he got cut, he's gonna lose the fight. And I thought that was gonna get Fury ready to go to try to get this guy out of there, but he didn't. And it was to me, it was just an ugly fight. Although I did have him winning, but it was not impressive at all, like it should have been. So much credit to Wallin, man. He came in and he hung tough, man, and he laid it all on the line. He just I don't know if he ran out of gas or what. I mean, I know Andre Ward said something about he was a little bit more focused on the cut, which I kind of agree with. But hey, why not go after it? He's got a big gash there. Keep going after it. They might just stop it. But I did have Fury winning, but it was ugly. So whatever. Go ahead, bro. Tell me what you think.
So well, first, Mr. Bounty today says I had it 7-5 Fury, maybe 7-4-1. It was definitely competitive and close. Wallin had the best moments of the fight, the cut, and the 12th round. All right. I call the fight with Cal Enigma. Fun stuff. Boss Nala says that's what happens when you keep fighting tune-ups. So check it out, guys. Okay. When the fight started, really, the first round was really a slow round, typical. Okay. I felt like Fury was feeling him out, but the one thing that I noticed from round 2 and on was Wallin was doing such a great job not going for the head, right? He was going to the body. I was also very impressed with, he would kind of make it look like he's in a jab, and he's jabbing upwards. He is about 4 inches shorter than Fury, right? And then he would throw, instead of the head, bam, he would throw it right to the chest. Bam, right to the chest. Bam, right to the chest. And it was throwing Fury off. The jab to the chest was throwing him off because, dude, you can't move your chest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no chest movement going on. Okay, unless you're a model with like big tits or something. Other than that, they ain't right. But the jab to the chest, and then with that, he would set up body shots. He was going straight to the body of Fury. He caught him with a nice, short hook inside that cut Fury. And then from there, I believe he got away from what made him cut Fury to begin with. Like he started targeting, he smelled the blood like a shark, and he started going after the cut. And so he started focusing on it a little too much. He did one move that a lot of people were crying about on social media, but at the end of the day, it's a fight. And he did the whole raking of the what was I can't call it a thumb, but he reached over and he like slid his glove, the leather of it, over the cut. Okay. And Fury got mad about it. But Fury's the same guy that told Steve Cunningham to stop crying that it's a fight, right? When he mauled Steve Cunningham. Right? I mean, Fury's a guy that gets gritty and grinds it and turns it into back alley brawl himself. So like this, so maybe you don't expect it from the Swedish dude, but he had a little bit of mean streak to him. Like, what I mean? He was there he was grinding his teeth, and he's like, nah, like take that. And maybe he should have done it some more, because what are they gonna do? Stop the fight? We already know the cut was done by a punch. They knew it was gonna end by TKO if you stop it, right? So he got a little desperate, did Fury. He put a good beat down on Wallin for about 4 or 5 straight rounds, and Wallin took it. Credit to him. I do believe Wallin, I don't think anybody's going to say otherwise, but the 12th round, man, he did hurt Fury. I don't think Fury could see from one side of his face, and Wallin, took it to him, but he was a little too tired. I came out of this fight thinking Wallin could have clearly won this fight if he had the right game plan. He started with the right game plan, got away from the game plan after the cut. All right. So that's that. I would have liked to see Wallin circle towards the, blind eye a little more. I would like to have seen him continue the jab to the chest and go into the body some more. He got away from that. He just started going for those short uppercuts on the inside when, Fury was ducking low. He was targeting the cut. He did open and a little more, but he should have mixed it up a little more. You disagree with that, Reggie?
No. I think he wanted to, but before I go on that one, the one when you were speaking about what he did when he hit to the chest, that's when I was like, I had a lot of respect for Wallin. Was that moment when Fury was in the corner? I thought we was gonna have another Schwartz moment where Tyson's doing all that bobbing and weaving, Schwartz targeting the head. Wallin went down to the body and he cut all that off. He wasn't head hunting. He started targeting the body. That's the moment I was like, this cat Wallin, he's using his brain and he's working. But the thing with Wallin and his offense, I think the thing that cut him from being able to target that cut more and go for the attack was the fact that Tyson started using his height and weight. And he started coming forward with that head down, pressing at this guy, clinching this guy, and laying a lot of weight on him. And that began to fatigue him. Not so much of Tyson Fury's offense. And Tyson Fury was doing so much of it, he should have been warned. But this what plays into the politics of this fight. It being the buildup of Tyson Fury, just everything being a top-ranked build card, it stopped that ref from doing his job in which he would have, the way he would have went about warning any other fighter in a fight. And Tyson Fury should have been deducted some points on several occasions, but him laying that weight on Wallin, tying Wallin up, caused Wallin to not be able to get off his work. But I think if it wasn't for that, and even with the fact with this dude, Tyson was only able to have his successful moments. Matter of fact, his most successful moment to me with Tyson Fury was, I think it was in the 5th round where they went to go let the doctor look at it. As soon as they come from that break, Tyson knew the severity of it. He started getting off on Wallin, but Wallin was tired at that point, and laying on him, it just taxed Wallin. It wasn't so much of the cardio. It was so much of him holding up that weight, Tyson bending this dude over the ring, about to break his back, and that kind of shut down the offense. But other than that, when he came into the 12th round, the round they had to fight out, he caught him, but I don't know if he knew he had Tyson Fury hurt. And Tyson Fury comes out of that and begins to start holding once again. But he should have been penalized as well.
No, Paul says, I have Fury losing the minute I seen him with that fake ass velour blanket on. Haplotype in the house. He says Fury only comes with his best when he's really challenged. Walk-in was just good enough to make it troublesome. That is why Fury only fights elites or total scrubs. Right? Supreme Beast Boxing Talk says, salute. What's going on? Mr. Boxing today too. Wallin surprised me. He hasn't even fought an ex-contender level guy or gatekeeper yet, and he was able to hold on his own. Majority of his fights are against obscure journeyman level guys, and that was the X factor. We didn't know anything about this guy. We could only see his level of opposition. And I got to tell you, man, I have a lot of respect for fighters that don't come to lay down. And Wallin did not come to lay down. Like, this dude was like, well, what do you mean I'm going to lose? Like, what? Nah, I'm here to win. He didn't get the memo. You know what I mean?
Right.
So shout out to him. What is next? What is next for Fury and Wallin, G-Funk?
That's a good question because, that cut is something nasty. They might have to take a good amount of time off for that thing to heal. And, I was thinking to myself, man, I was really thinking they were going to stop that fight, man, because it was so bad. And, you got to, I know that they got the big fight lined up with, the rematch with Wilder, but you also got to keep in mind, like, this guy, this might hurt his career in the long run. Like, you get a cut that bad, it's going to be there for the rest of your career. So that's something that they got to think about also, and that's what I kept telling people when I was at this party. I was like, because they were like, nah, they ain't going to stop. They ain't going to stop. I'm like, no, you got to really think about the future with this eye now. You know, that's a huge cut. That could be something that could cause him problems the rest of his career if it gets worse, you know, and they decided to let it go. But yeah, as far as the date, I think they have a February date or something with Wilder, I think. I don't think that's gonna happen. They're gonna have to move that date back. I think that is a nasty cut, man, and that thing's gonna have to heal. But you know, you never know, man. The way that they have technology nowadays, you know, they could do some amazing things. But I think that that date's gonna have to be pushed back for sure, man.
Well, because he's got a cut, and it's like another cut in the cut. It's the weirdest cut I've seen in a long time, and
Nasty.
yeah, I think they should have definitely thought about that. But I mean, I also understand that they did not want legacy wise. He didn't want a loss to Wallin. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You know, they just don't want to lose that fight. You know, I do understand the argument why keep fighting, but that's the answer. You know what I mean?
And you could tell that cut was bothering him. He kept pawing with it. He kept touching it. You know, it's a mental thing, man. When you get cut like that, and then you can't see. I mean, I know he mentioned that after the fight that I couldn't see out of my eye, you know. But hey, man, it's a fight, like you said. You got to learn to get through it, man.
It was caused by a punch too.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't a headbutt or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And but I think that's going to be something to look out for. I want to see Wallin against, you know, what if Wallin fights Tom Schwartz? You know, maybe they could do that. I don't know. But I definitely want him to just work his way back up. You know, we don't know how good Wallin is. You know what I mean? So work his way back up. Work yourself up the ranks. Maybe a Chisora or something like that. I wouldn't mind seeing. That's the type of fight I think, you know, something like that. You know, but what do you think is next for Wallin, Reggie?
Man, I think he made a name for himself. So he's gonna get some call. He's gonna get some dates. You got a couple of fighters who are looking to make who have to build themselves up, and they think they're right there. You got Big Baby Miller, who's gonna need some work. Wallin can step in the picture. Whoever's the loser between AJ and Ruiz, he can fill in to give them some work. But he done made such great notice to his name that he's going to find himself in a good position to find some work, because there's such debate and controversies coming out of that decision against Fury. So he didn't really added a spark to himself, and I think he's going to be back on the scene. We'll see him back here on television somewhere.
Okay. And what about Fury? Is he going to rematch Wilder?
Hell no. Nah. And also with the Fury thing, man, it's things coming from that coach, because you're hearing what came from that father. Now you're hearing all this internal stuff to where they saying Tyson would have listened. Even Ben Davis saying if it wasn't for him, Tyson Fury may be dead. So now you got to look at the substance issue. Is this dude relapsing into something? Because the first thing that comes out after this dude has his work done, he's back drinking. And most people are always just casual. No, the dude's back drinking after a fight. Not just he go out, have one round of beers, go back home, relax. Now he's ready to go back out for another round of drinks. So this is just a habit. This is one of the comforts that can break this dude down. He's going to be idle for a great amount of time, unable to keep his mind off of these things. And for an addict, they have to keep themselves busy. And now this dude is placed into a real tough situation to really see how mentally strong he is, which I doubt that he is, and it's going to fall apart. So now you got the father on one end coming at Ben Davis, and now Ben Davis in the middle having to keep Fury off of whatever he's using. But I really think that it ain't happening, man. It's not going to happen. His wife is in his ear. There's so many things circling around this guy, Fury, and which is putting a lot of pressure on him. The thought of fighting Wilder, which is super dangerous, and it's super dangerous to that eye. The wife, the father, not want to see this dude back in there. And then even Ben Davis said he didn't think Fury was ready for the first fight. And now I don't think Fury's in the condition to go back in there. He didn't look good in this fight. And they saying something didn't happen properly in that training camp. This dude wasn't doing something. So man, we're gonna really see it, but I doubt that he steps in there to fight Wilder right away. He may have to do it for the money, or he may be forced by contract to go into it.
Well, Apple Type wants to see Povetkin versus Miller. I'm sorry, Wallin against either Povetkin or Miller. He also believes that he does better when he has it on the line. I just don't know about that Haplo. The reason I don't know about that is because, can you give me an example? Like, I don't know. Like, we will see. You know what I mean? But this is a guy who's come back from some rehab shit, and he looked good in the Schwartz fight. You know, why didn't he look good in this fight? Like, there's just something not there. I think there's something missing there, in my opinion. All right. Wallin versus Caballero would be decent. Am I pronouncing that right? Caballero?
Yeah, looks
Okay,
like it to me.
He just signed with Top Rank ESPN. He can beat, and he beat Chisora. Miller, Martin, Rivas, Joyce, Brazil, comeback fight, Washington, Takam. Those are all good fights. I like the Brazil fight. Brazil against Wallin. All those are great fights. And Fury needs to stay active. Fury has been active. The problem is he needs to step up for sure. You know what I mean? And you responded to him. I thought Fury should have fought Kownacki instead of Wallin. Dude, you know what? I want you guys' thoughts on this. I think Kownacki would have beaten Fury tonight.
That night?
I think Kownacki would have beaten him. You agree, Reggie?
Hell yeah! Based on not seeing any power from Fury, the way he was hitting Wallin with some of them heavy shots, he's pulling shots from the floor, winging them around, catching this dude clean. Wallin didn't buckle, didn't second guess. He walked straight forward after being hit. Kownacki's punch resistance is probably greater than Wallin. And the thing with Kownacki, he lets his hands go, and he seems to be heavy-handed as hell. He would have got Fury up out of there, along with him he has weight to match Tyson Fury, so they can both lay weight on each other, and I'm pretty sure he'll win that battle. But yeah, Fury wasn't ready, and his father's all the words came from his father. His father knows something ain't right with this kid.
Yeah, well, what do you think, G-Funk? I agree with Reggie, man. I think that if he gets that cut against that Polish dude, man, they stop that fight. He's no way he's going 12 with that dude. And he's a dog, man. You see, he takes a good punch and he gives a good punch, man. So he ate those shots like Tic Tacs from Fury that night, you know, and be coming back with some bombs of his own, and he's got the weight. I definitely think he beats him that night. Yeah, I just, something wasn't right. I could just tell right away he just looked like he was just goofing around to me the first 4 rounds of the fight, Fury. And then again, Reggie mentioned all that leaning he's doing on him, trying to wear him down like Lennox used to do, like Klitschko and them used to do. And he still had enough energy to hurt this guy and badly in that last round, So, there's definitely something wrong there. And anybody else but Wallin, I think, probably gets him out of there, man.
Well, it's definitely going to be interesting here. As far as this man, Fury didn't look good in this fight. You could argue a draw, in my opinion, in this fight. And that cut, even though, yes, it can heal and all that, that scar tissue is always going to be there. And scar tissue doesn't go away. All right. So it's going to be easier to cut him now moving forward. So, and I think some things like the jab to the chest, going to the body, I think a lot of fighters are going to look at that and say, I'm going to try that against Fury moving forward. So I think he's going to have to make some adjustments for himself. All right. Moving forward. Anyway, really quick, the Friday fights, Devin Haney. Okay. He looked really, really dominant, man, in his fight. G-Funk, how'd you see the performance?
Oh, he looked brilliant, man. Haney's just a natural, man. You could he just looks so smooth and just natural, man. It just looks like, he really enjoys what he does for a living. And you could tell, man, he comes in tip-top shape. He comes in and he executes, man. And he did the same thing Friday night. He went in there against a guy who looked like he wasn't rattled by all the big show. But when he got in there and he started getting hit with them hands, something changed right away, you know?
Yeah.
And he's a bad boy, man. I'm just gonna say that. He's a bad boy. I know they were talking about Lomachenko. You know, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they should rush him into that right away. Do I think he can beat him? Absolutely, I do. Do I think it would be an easy win? Probably not, especially if they do it now. But if Lomachenko and them are smart, they should try to get him now, you know, before it's too late, because he's only going to get better, man. The kid's young. He's still really young, and he can still improve. So if they're even thinking about going that route, they better do it now, because that boy is going to be too good. But wait, that's what I think. And you know, he put on a show Friday night. I really enjoyed watching it.
You know, what I enjoyed about Devin Haney was his the one thing that sticks out to me, especially for how young he is, the punch placement. I mean, this is a fighter. He's not a pattern fighter, and people know I don't like pattern fighters. Okay, so everything is Devin Haney isn't like, okay, I'm gonna throw a 1-1, 2-1. You know, like pa 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 pa. Like, you know, no, he's gonna throw the one, and then whatever happens determines the next punch. Okay. He's so good at that, so good at the counters. He's good at going to the body. I mean, what doesn't he have? And on top of having the fundamentals down, on top of all those things, very athletic fighter too. Just on top of that, this kid's a beast. And by the way, to all the boxing media, stop referring to this guy as a prospect. This guy's not a prospect. People don't even know what a prospect is anymore. Okay? Once a dude's a contender, he's not a prospect anymore. Once a guy wins an interim title, he's no longer a prospect. Right? Stop it. But anyway, how'd you see the fight, Reggie?
Man, Devin looked A1. Beautiful, beautiful. The style, everything, the intelligence of the way he fought. The jab was just, man, that jab was clean as I don't know what. As clean as any jab I've seen. It doesn't like the jab that belongs to a 20-year-old fighter. But I think he's coming up. He has the right type of people behind him. He's grounded. And on top of that, with him being with all these athletic gifts, where you find a lot of kids who are gifted, they ride off of their athletic gifts and they don't listen to people. Devin Haney is a real coachable kid. He's a kid who sits back, he listens, and he's one of the few kids who actually sits back to study the game. He's one of the few that are intelligent. He probably has a lot of his historian type knowledge, so he understands the game. He understands what type of punches to use, what to go and do as far as going into the fight plan, game planning, not so much game planning, but figuring out how to break down opponent, knowing what tools to take in there to work with that the opposition he's facing. But the kid is smooth, man, smooth as silk. And man, I liked everything that I saw in there. I thought it'd be a test for him just based on what I've seen from Abadulev. Just based on what I've seen, how tough and rugged he was against Hang Lundy, and for this young kid to go in there and force the corner to stop that fight, it just pays to it. And then on top of that, outside of his boxing, is how humble and well-spoken Devin Haney is. It's going to take this kid very far. It's going to take him real far. I'm impressed with him, man.
By the way, Devin Haney offered his services and Ryan Garcia wanted to fight the next day. I don't think they could have done that anyway, but I just thought that was funny. Haney looked good, man. Reggie, Haney versus Loma. If the fight were to happen next, who do you favor?
That was 50-50. I like Devin Haney, but the one thing, I can't let favoritism overshadow the truth. I think it's a 50-50 fight. Damn, that'll be a tough assignment for Devin Haney. But if he can figure out the equation to pulling off that one, this kid becomes mega. But it's a 50-50 fight because not Teofimo, but Lomachenko can be dangerous. As much as people highlight his angles and his elusiveness and all that, Lomachenko is in there to crack. He is a cat who comes in there. He's a hard hitter. That's something Devin have to work out. I mean, watch out for. But Devin has that jab, so we'll have to see how well Loma can avoid that jab. He looks easy to hit lately, so it's a possibility. That'd be a great name for Devin to have on his record. But that fight is 50-50, even though I favor Devin Haney though.
Right now, I favor Lomachenko in that fight, but it's not the difficult fight or the one-sided fight a lot of people are saying it is. I forgot who put in the chat there. I don't think this is a Teofimo Lopez situation. I think Haney's a goods. Okay. I think Haney is the goods for sure. This guy is the truth. All right. And to be honest with you, if Loma's not going to fight him now, he ain't going to beat him in the future. I can tell you that. If he waits, the longer he waits, the harder of a fight that is for Lomachenko. All right. Haney is he's only 20 years old, bro. It's a young cat. Like, if you don't get him now, you're never going to get him. All right. What are your thoughts, G-Funk?
I absolutely agree, man. If Loma and them, if he's even on their radar, and that's an if, they better go now because this kid's only going to get better, man. I wouldn't mind seeing him against Lopez if they could make that happen. I think that would be a good fight. But, and I have to agree with you also, D-Style, that, you'd have to favor Loma right now, but slightly, because this kid is nice with them hands, man. He's nice, and they better get him now, man. Whoever's looking at him, they better do it now because he's only gonna get better, man. And I could just see, by the way that he comes in and the way that he fights, the way that he prepares for these fights. Yep. You could tell he really loves the sport, man. And he's a natural. You could just see it. And they better go get this kid now because if not, he's going to be a big problem.
Absolutely. There was also the Hunter fight. I know Mr. Boxing today mentioned them earlier about him possibly fighting Wallin. How did you see that fight, Reggie?
That one, I thought Hunter did what he was supposed to against that big heavy cat. Man, that cat was hitting Hunter with some of those jabs and snapping his head back. I didn't think Hunter was gonna last. Hunter made the proper adjustments to me, and he fought to the bell. He fought to that final round. He did what he was supposed to against a very heavy heavyweight. Now moving on, I'm not sure how well he'll fare against those hard-hitting heavyweights up in the division. I don't think he has the power. Not sure where his resistance is, but then again, he can find other ways to win fights. So I don't want to count him out until he is defeated. But to me, I think he may have some issues moving up. So hopefully, and he's hungry. So that's the other thing I can't knock about Hunter is that he's hungry and he wants to fight. So he's here not to joke. Just want to see what he does, but I think it may get a little bit dangerous for Hunter as he moves up because the way his head was moving back when that other cat was hitting him, it's other cats that may hit him with the same kind of punch and they may sit him down for a hot second.
What are your thoughts, G-Funk?
I really liked what I seen from Hunter. He looked good, especially for a heavyweight to see him, moving around like that. And he did his thing, man. He got the knockdown. I think it was maybe fourth round or something like that. I thought he looked pretty good in there. I have to kind of agree with Reggie. Moving on against some of the guys the upper class in the division, might be tough for him. But hey man, this is boxing and anything goes, man. Any day you can get beat, but from what I seen from him Friday night, I really liked what I seen, man. His movement, it's not the prettiest, at times it looks a little, I don't know, unorthodox, I guess. But hey, it works for him, and it worked for him Friday night. And he did his thing. He looked nice. But as moving on, we have to see. Might have to work on a few things, but for what I seen Friday, I liked what I seen.
I agree. And I liked what I saw from Hunter. I don't know if he's going to beat the upper echelon fighters. From my understanding, he's targeting Povetkin, right?
Ooh.
That's an interesting fight. I do wonder what's going to happen when Povetkin lands flush on him. Okay, but it's a winnable fight for him. But that's very, very interesting. Okay, so I like to see Hunter. That's going to be interesting to see how he does in that fight. And if he beats Povetkin, it's going to be very interesting. Okay, heavyweight division's heating up, man. All right, Reggie, would you like to see him fight Usyk again?
Yeah, most definitely. And I want to see how who's Usyk fighting? Spong. I want to see how Usyk looks. But definitely both of these guys go in there and see what they look like. I know he outworked Hunter back at cruiserweight. I want to see what they can do at this weight. But I haven't seen Usyk at this division. He already came into the division with an injury. So got to see what happens with him when he does that first step up match.
Absolutely, man. Well, we're gonna look forward to that, man. A lot to a lot to look forward to in this heavyweight division, man. It's heating up for sure. All right. Bad Saturday night, man. Navarrete beat Elorde, man, in dominating fashion. I mean, this was a one-sided beatdown. G-Funk, what did you think of that fight? And what do you think of a potential matchup with Ray Vargas?
I'm sorry, who are we talking about again? There's so many fights.
Navarrete against
okay, yeah. Oh, he blasted through that dude. Just like I thought he would. He's gonna be a tough out for anybody, man, because he's tall, he's rangy, he's got power, and he throws just from weird angles, and he's in there throwing lead uppercuts, landing them on people. Like that's something that you just don't see that often, but
right.
He gets the job done, man. And it always seems when he lands on somebody, he hurts them. He's got lightning in them hands, man. And against Ray Vargas, I think that's a good fight, man. Vargas to me is a little more I guess what you say, traditional in his style. He moves around the ring good, has a good jab. But again, man, Navarrete, man, he's just so awkward and so long and wiry with those arms, man. And he's able to just reach out and just, it's just so awkward, but it works, man. And he's just so entertaining to watch, man. Anytime he's fighting, I always make sure I'm watching. And I just can't wait to see that fight if they get that Vargas fight done, man. I think that would be a nice fight.
It's Navarrete is an aggressive fighter. Vargas, more of a
outside. Yeah,
he boxes more on his back foot. He'll slug it out with you if you force him to, but he's more of a of a mover, a boxer. He's got Nacho in his corner. In fact, that's what that's what that Japanese cat, Kameda, whatever his name is. Okay, the Mexicanito. Okay, that was telling him, you're not a real Mexican because you didn't come forward. And Ray Vargas, he's gonna box you. He's gonna box off that back foot. Navarrete, he's got some skill, but he's coming forward. So it's gonna be a battle of a guy on that front foot versus a guy on that back foot. I think it's a beautiful matchup, and you could argue the two best guys in that division. I want to see that fight. What do you think, Reggie, of Navarrete's performance? Considering the opponent and that potential matchup with Ray Vargas.
I like Navarrete. I like the way he fought, man. He was relaxed. He was poised. But that opponent looked nervous to me. The opponent had moments where he got off on Navarrete, and it didn't bother Navarrete at all. They looked like hard punches. Navarrete didn't show any signs of anything from those punches. So I'm not sure how to gauge him on this one because he looked perfect. He did what he wanted against this opponent. He was cracking this opponent, got through him. Him and Vargas is a fight, and that's the fight that should and needs to happen. That's who we should be fighting. I don't know where they found Elorde from. I never seen him, but Elorde came out there, didn't look like himself. His arms looked very tense. He looked locked up. He looked afraid. I don't know if the moment was the lights were too bright for Elorde. But I want to see him and Vargas. I like Navarrete. I got to roll with him. I got to roll with Navarrete on this one.
No, but man, it's gonna be a good fight, bro. But I'm looking forward to it. I hope they make that fight happen. All right, but the perfection is in the chat. What's going on? Shout out to everyone in the chat. By the way, David Gregory in the chat, 92 AKU, and take a moment right now and throw a jab at that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. All right, getting that boxing talk, and subscribe to G Funky 84. Did I get that right? G Funky.
That's right. That's right.
It's Chief Funky 84 Boxing. There you go. Okay, make sure you subscribe to those channels, guys. You are tuning into DStyleBoxing Live. We're returning back to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. A time slot. Look at this, by the way. I don't think I mentioned how crisp this looks, bro. All right? like I took, I did this. I swear to God, I made it. Am I lying? I made it like in 5 minutes, this whole thing, I think. All right? But with that said, Jose Pedraza versus Jose Cepeda, the battle of the Jose's. All right. Cepeda came out, man. Pedraza came out. They were mirroring each other in many instances in that fight, man. Both guys had that same stance. Okay, the lead arm down, this other arm across the chest. Once in a while with that high guard, but it's mainly how they fight. Cepeda on his back foot a lot. Pedraza does that a lot too. However, I think Cepeda was just a better version of the two fighters. Very similar style, but I think Cepeda just kind of showed he's a little better. He does have that issue, though, that I don't like. He slows down in those middle rounds, and it kind of a lot of fighters do that, and I don't like that. He gives away 2-3 rounds easily in those middle rounds, but nonetheless, Cepeda comes out with that win. It looks like he wants that Jose Ramirez fight again. All right, Reggie, how did you see that fight? And what do you think is next for Cepeda at 140 pounds?
The Pedraza just, I don't know what he was doing. He was coming forward, doing all that aggressive movement, changing stances, but he wouldn't let his hands go. He'll get on the inside. I don't know what the heck he was doing, but he wasn't throwing anything. And Cepeda did the proper thing of stepping back, popping that dude with a jab, stepping back, popping him, circling around. What's the name? Pedraza tried everything. Like I said, switching from southpaw to orthodox, still didn't throw anything. He was just ineffective. I don't know what was happening, if Cepeda gave some looks that threw him off, or if that taking a step back threw Pedraza off, or if some of those jabs may have been a little bit harder than he expected, but he refused to let his hands go, and he was doing the right things to get on the inside. The only thing, he was hopping to get on the inside and running right into punches at times. I think it just stopped him, but he could have did more if he would have worked off his jab, set up proper boxing to work his way in, rather than bunny hopping in and walking into punches. Cepeda, him and Ramirez, I think Ramirez is on a different level when it comes to him. Ramirez will dog this guy if they fought again, and he's a little bit hungry. So, but good work against Pedraza, who I think Pedraza could have defeated the guy if he would have let his hands go. But I don't know. I just got Ramirez defeating Cepeda if they do rematch that fight.
I agree with you. I think Cepeda probably had the best performance he could have against Ramirez when they first fought, but I do believe that Ramirez probably didn't have his best performance. In a rematch, I think things would be a lot different. You see anything different there, Chief Funk?
No, I don't see anything different. As far as the Pedraza, I feel like he just followed him around. He didn't, like you said, Reggie, he didn't use the jab to get on the inside. Wasn't cutting off the ring. He was just following Cepeda around the ring. And when you just let him move around, he's gonna do his thing. But then again, like you said, D-Style takes rounds off. Reminds you kind of Sergio Martinez. He would come out, he'd move around, he'd pot shot you from the outside for about 3-4 rounds, and then he'd take the next 3 off. And then he'd come back hard to finish the fight. The only difference is he's just not as good as Martinez, But as far as him fighting Ramirez again, yeah, I think Ramirez probably stops him this time if they fight. I hope I hope it does happen because it'll happen here in California, and I'll be able to go see that fight hopefully. But but I do think that Ramirez probably stops him this time. Like I said, he said he was having doubts or something like that going into that fight. And he just like looked like the same guy in this fight against Pedraza. He got the win, but I don't see him doing anything different against a Ramirez. If anything, I can see Ramirez stepping it up a little bit, getting more aggressive this time. Kind of like he did with Hooker. Letting his hands go a little bit more. Once he puts that pressure on you, man, he's a hard guy to keep off, man. He's a bulldog in there, So I see Ramirez taking that fight. I'm taking him by knockout this time if they do it again. Yeah, I know it's a bold prediction, especially against a guy like Zepeda, who's he's not the easiest guy to look good against, and it showed in the first fight. But I just think right now Ramirez, especially after that big win against Hooker, he's got a lot of momentum now. He's rolling.
Yeah, he's in a roll, man, for sure. So it's going to be interesting, man. I do want to give a shout out to Cuadras, okay, who 3 wins in a row, baby. Right, anyway. But he got his win there. The Zone had an event themselves, guys. Munguia against Patrick Lode. How did you see that fight, Reggie?
Man, too big for the dude. A monster. It was nothing Lode can do, man. I caught it right at the second round. I seen Lode letting off these solid shots, catching Munguia. He was popping Munguia with some heavy shots, and Munguia was just eating the shots like it was candy. Yeah, I think that kind of defeated Lode. Then he got hit with that body shot. I think Lode was trying to find a way to deduct this dude a point because I don't think the shot was low. He faked like it was low blow. He was just trying to find a way to possibly get a disqualification or find a way to get out that fight. I think with him hitting Munguia with them, he was throwing everything he could, and Munguia was just way too big. He gave up. His corner was tired of seeing what they were seeing. Ain't no telling how big Munguia went into that fight. Munguia was probably 170 something in that fight. He was huge, and it was nothing Lode wasn't going to be able to do, even if he went what would have been a 12-round fight. He would have to run around the ring the whole time, and Munguia was on his heels. But it's time for Munguia to step up. He holds a title. He needs to fight somebody else with a belt. Stop bringing names out that people aren't familiar with and go after real opposition. But I hear he may move up. He's big. I don't think he can. He's probably struggling to make this division. It's time for him to step up or fight somebody else with a title and stop pulling people about the hat.
I agree, man. It's definitely time to step up. I mean, to me anyway, it's getting a little ridiculous. The level of opposition. The dude already has a title. I'm being told no, it's not time yet. Like, he already has the title, bro. When is it time? Well, when is it going to be time for Munguia to finally step up? All right. Just tell me you don't think he's good enough to beat the other fighters, and maybe I'll leave you alone. But unless what do you think, G-Funk?
Well, Munguia is a guy, coming up. I was kept my eye on him. He looked like he had some good potential. Lately, don't know if he's going to be able to live up to that. He did just switch trainers, went to your boy Morales,
Yeah.
which I think is a good move. But again, it's only one fight. You can't really, see that big of an impact with just one fight.
Yeah.
Because he was still very much hittable this fight. Getting hit by this guy with clean shots. They weren't hurting him because the guy was probably about 15 to 20 pounds bigger. But still, I would like to see that improve right away. That's something they got to work on, especially if he's going to step up in competition, man. He's going to be in there with some guys that can crack, and to be in there just running into shots and just thinking that you're going to take them because you're bigger or whatever, that's a recipe for disaster, in my opinion, man. But I do think that he can improve. It's just win. That's the thing. I think it should have been happening by now. There's a lot of people think he lost that fight against that dude. What was his name? Hogan or something like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people think he lost that fight. So, he's again, I kept my eye on him. I wanted to see him do well. Did he impress me with this fight? Not really. But maybe a few more fights with El Libre will help him out. With his boxing.
Tell you what. Okay. Maybe Munguia, maybe he just needs the steps here. Okay, there you go. Okay. You want the step? Use them, Munguia. Okay, I'm gonna give you both of them. All right. Use this. It's time to step up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's time to step up. Take the steps. All right. It's just getting ridiculous. All right. Like we're in an era where you're a champion, right? And you get to take your time and all that. Let's see what No Paul says. In my opinion, Munguia ain't that good, and that is why he gets the pass because his next fight might be a KO loss. If he loses, he loses. Is Munguia really that dude that you have to protect the O on Munguia? Like, what are you guys trying to do with it? I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with Munguia. Well, what do you think it is, Reggie? What are they trying to accomplish? They know he's going to lose.
They need to build a face. They need somebody to sustain the company because they really have to find a star because Canelo's on the way out. He's also disgruntled. The other star they're supposed to build up is disgruntled. So Jaime is a guy they need behind him. They trying to bring him to have the huge Mexican following. They want to protect them, drive him as long as they can until ain't Virgil Ortiz over there, or is he a top ranked fighter?
Virgil Ortiz, top
he's
rank.
The zone. I thought he's the zone, right?
Oh,
where did he fight last time? I don't remember.
That's why I can't remember. Because
he's a zone fighter.
He is with Golden Boy. He's with
Golden Boy. So they probably got to wait to build up Ortiz because they're gonna have to find someone quick, and they want to use Munguia as a safety net while they try to find a star that can possibly fill in seats, and they want to keep him undefeated because the way that the fans react once you suffer a loss, they begin to dwindle away. So they playing it safe, and I think that's what it is with Munguia. But with all the talk, that's why they quiet Munguia down, because when he was running his mouth is when a lot of that pressure started to get up on him. They've told that dude to hush up, let us do this matchmaking and prolong your career out, and you haven't heard nothing from the guy.
What's up, Jose Mendoza? Okay, from Dallas, Texas. What's going on? Okay, Munguia's not that dude, bro. Like, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but there's just some fighters where it's just not worth protecting them and all that because Munguia's not going to finish his career undefeated, guys. Okay? Okay, he's just not that guy. If you're going to build Munguia, you build him as the exciting fighter, okay? The guy that when you come, man, he comes to fight. He's going to have a war. He's going to bring it. He's exciting to watch. That's how you should be promoting Munguia. Munguia is not that dude that's going to be like, 40 have tried and 40 have failed. Or like, he's just not that guy, right? So Virgil is the real thing. Absolutely. I agree with that. But he is with Golden Boy. But that's that, man. I'm glad they didn't make the Munguia Canelo fight. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tell you that right now. The reason Munguia is getting all this criticism is because they're protecting him like he's the type of dude you protect with that O. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? Protecting dudes from losing their O's is hurting the sport.
Absolutely.
Like it's having a negative impact on the sport. They're not pushing guys. He's not ready yet. Okay. Which gets me to the next thing. Okay. Ryan Garcia had a fallout with Golden Boy Promotions. All right. So, first of all, the fight gets canceled. Golden Boy knew that this guy, his opponent, had some trouble with the law. Apparently, Ryan Garcia's team didn't know. Now, whether that would have made a difference or not, I don't know. U.S. Marshals that were sent by Bob Arum probably, okay, arrested this dude. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, Bob Arum made some calls to the U.S. Marshals, okay? Hey, who is this? I have a tip. There is a criminal illegal on that Golden Boy card. The U.S. Marshals showed up with ice, okay? They arrested the dude. Like, Bob Arum tried to sabotage this shit, all right? I don't know. I'm blaming Bob. You know, I'm blaming Bob. But I don't know what happened there. But anyway, dude gets her. What was the dude's name, Reggie or Chief Funk? The guy that got arrested?
Oh, Avery Sparrows.
Dude, that just sounds like a criminal, bro. Okay, that sounds like a dude that's just part of like the like a gang, bro. Like it's just, hey, ¿dónde está el Sparrow? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh my
that's the
gosh.
Sparrow. ¿Qué pasó, homie? But look, man, that dude just sounded. He looked like a criminal. All right, like he might, like he had like the short sleeve and shit. And he was like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm joking, but he was gonna fight Ryan Garcia. Dude's doing this. He's going like that in the in the weigh-in, bro. I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's, he's going like that to Ryan. You know what he meant? We thought he meant I'm gonna kill you. He said the fight's off, bro. The fight's done. Okay. That sounds like an alias. Absolutely, bro. What the hell's going on, bro? Okay, does all my feed Munguia to Triple G? That's a pretty decent call, actually. Duno could be giving Ryan some good rounds. And then, of course, they're like, okay, how about you fight Duno, right? Now, granted, there's a lot of nuance to this. Number one, right? Numero uno. First of all, Golden Boy, like, get your shit together, bro. All right? That's number one. Let's say, you weren't expecting like Bob Arum to call the U.S. Marshals and shit to arrest this dude. Fine. Okay? Okay, cool. You don't tell the media that your fighter doesn't want to fight Duno because it's too tough of a fight. Okay? You don't say it. You don't insinuate it. It's behind the scenes. And if they say no, this is what you do. You say the fight just got canceled and you don't have a replacement opponent. That's all you do. Okay? That you don't worry about telling them, oh no, they said no because, and then the clarification, oh, just to clarify, Ryan didn't say that, his team said that. Like, the whole thing was just loony. It was just stupid PR. You're the promoter of this fighter, and you're not promoting him by talking about a fight being too tough. All right. Ryan Garcia, however, all right, is walking around acting like he wasn't offered a replacement fight. Okay. Oh, I'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere on Twitter, but then, but I want more money for Duno. Like you know what I mean? Don't act that way either. That's just my opinion. But what are your thoughts on this, G Funk? This whole saga.
This is all pretty new to me. Somebody texted me Saturday morning, was like, Garcia's not fighting. I'm like, what happened? And I never got an answer, but yeah, this is just nuts, man. I can't believe that this happened, and then it almost seemed like Golden Boy's throwing their own guy under the bus, and it's just crazy, and it's bad too because Garcia is a guy who's starting to gain a little following. I think he's got a crazy amount of followers on his I don't know, some sort of social media. So I'm not really big on social media, but
yeah.
He's a guy who could potentially draw a lot of money for them, and they're they're doing this type of stuff to him, man, and it's crazy. But he's got a lot of potential too. I mean, you see the videos of him throwing the fast punches and all that stuff. I mean, all that looks good in training. But, you got to be able to do that in the ring also. But he's a guy who can bring them a lot of money. And I feel like they did him pretty dirty from what I've been hearing, man. And,
you don't do that to you just don't do that to one of your own fighters, bro.
No,
I mean, like you don't go around and like be like, oh, this guy's too he turned it down because Duno's too tough. Like, I mean, that was one of the dumbest things. Okay, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Duno was getting hit by a slower guy. They could have done the Duno fight, in my opinion. I mean, what are your thoughts on all this, Reggie?
Man, I got to side with Ryan Garcia on this one, man. I think it was this whole act seems malicious, as if it's some type of payback. Because Ryan had, what was it, probably a month ago, he had a falling out with them, to where he voiced his
Yeah.
he voiced his frustrations being with Golden Boy and how he said they don't represent him, they're not getting him the fights. He had a falling out, like he didn't want to be there. Now we coming in this situation to where we have a fallout. They're hiding this information. They should have been scrapped this dude once they knew he had a legal situation, had a replacement in place. But no, the replacement they want to throw at this dude is a guy from a heavy. They said the dude he would have fought would have been at 143 or something, or 142 for some type of catch weight. Ryan asked for a little bit more money, which only made sense. The people were there for him. He's probably the one that packing the house for the fight. He asked for a little bit more money. They said a fractional increase. They were unwilling to do it. You could have gave him whatever you're going to pay Sparrows. Then to go onto social media and bash the dude, they didn't even call Ryan Garcia in that press conference I watched, said no one from Golden Boy contacted him by phone. Not Oscar, not Eric Gomez. They said that Oscar called his mother at like midnight or something to say that she was at to tell her, yeah, call the mom, but not to talk with her, to say that he was at a concert and they'll talk to them later or some shit. And then the next day he gets on Twitter and he sees that Gomez is bashing him. So now he has to communicate through Twitter rather than through phone to speak with these cats. So this is how unprofessional that organization is over there. So, and then they said they was doing like a kind of teleconference type thing where other reporters can ask questions, and someone asked how did Canelo respond to it, and they showing that Canelo was pissed, that he showed support. So Canelo has this little kind of mistrust towards Golden Boy as well. But the whole handling of this situation of their fighter is ridiculous to even play this dude like that. Like, it's a bad look for Oscar De La Hoya, real bad look.
Yeah. Plus, how does that help you with when you keep telling guys, "Hey, come over here. I'll promote you. I'll do this. I'll do that." You know what I mean? Well, this whole thing's doing it, bro. All right. And by the way, Oscar De La Hoya, okay, Oscar De La Hoya. Okay, listen to me, okay. Crawford's already a Hall of Famer, bro. Okay. Right. This whole I don't think he's gonna. I don't know he's gonna make the Hall of Fame because Arum can't get him fights. Let me tell you something. Right. Well, there's some validity to guys like Crawford being signed with Top Rank or your company, Oscar Golden Boy. Right. While there's some validity to that, the Hall of Fame is not about how popular you are. It's not a popularity contest. Okay. And for all you dudes that keep telling me, no, but DStyle, it's his fame in it. Okay. So we should put KSI and Paul Logan in the Hall of Fame then. Because everybody knows who they are. Okay. And they sold 1.3 million pay-per-views in their last fight. So we put them in the Hall of Fame? So they go in the Hall of Fame because more people know them than Terence Crawford? De La Hoya? Right? Oscar, go get some damn utensils in the kitchen, okay, and stop talking on camera. All right? Well, that's it. Okay. Man, Oscar De La Hoya's wife be scrubbing those shits extra, bro. Whenever she's in the kitchen, like, I don't know if did he use this today? I don't know if he used this scrub. Anyway, dude, all they got is Canelo, bro. The zone deal is all Canelo. Okay, the Canelo is el mero mero, bro. He's the main dude of that whole ship. Without Canelo, that ship sinks. Like, I know Ryan thinks he's a star, but he's not gonna carry Golden Boy. Ryan ain't carrying Golden Boy on his own. The hell out of here.
At least not now.
It's quick prediction. Will Ryan Garcia still remain with Golden Boy Promotions for his next fight? Reggie, what do you think?
I think so. But the folks in that conference sound like the attorneys sound like they may break him up out of it. He'll have to see if he can buy himself out of it. Now, Oscar may be that much of a feminine asshole. Didn't want to cuss like that, but he may be feminine and want to, do damage to this kid and not release him from that contract. Try to hurt this kid. But does Ryan go about trying to fight this dude? Trying to fight under this company? That's on him. It's hard for me to say on that one, but it sounds like from the way how angry he looked, the way that this attorney who was down there with him seemed as if they may want to get him up out of that contract. So I hope the possibility is that he shakes away. It's no way that you should be fighting under a company after they have done something like that. So I'm hoping he breaks away from fighting under that contract and that he makes even smarter moves and pick, the appropriate organization to be with. And as much as I hate Eddie Hearn, I think Matchroom may be the perfect fit for Ryan Garcia. I think Eddie will probably be the best promoter to work with Ryan Garcia. As much as I don't like Eddie Hearn, but some homes are better homes than other places. Even though I'm more with the PBC, I don't know if they can do the right thing for Ryan Garcia's career. I think they're kind of almost being a home for younger fighters anyway. So I think his best look will be matching up with Eddie Hearn's.
Yeah, he could do that, and then he'll still, like you said, right, he'll still remain on the zone and all that, Anyway, moving on. We're going to go ahead and talk here, man. The image will say it all. All right, it'll say everything. Reggie, what's up with this fight? And after the big news that hit about the attacks on some pipelines over there in Saudi Arabia, which has been, shout out to Cal Enigma, but it's been, rebels from, is it from Yemen that took credit for that? I could be wrong about that. But what are your thoughts here, man? It's because it looks like the U.S. government and the U.S. media even are kind of insinuating, if not flat out saying that Iran has a lot to do with this. So what are your thoughts, man? You think the fight is in jeopardy given this news?
Man, I said yes. Once I seen that news, I had to make a video on it. I think it's going to scrap this whole situation. That situation's escalating by the day. Now you hear Trump making the words that he's making. He done got a Sharpie out to draw in some drones. He's the intelligence behind stating that Iran is behind it. When you have a country that's stating that they are taking responsibility for it, Trump's trying to find an enemy to really destabilize that whole region in the Middle East. It's going to really set things off. That attack was 5% of the global oil supply. That's a huge knockout. There's going to be some escalation to that because they're going to target more and more. So I think Eddie Hearn he screwed up, and it was funny that the first thing they go in is to pitch about the safety of traveling over there. Yeah. That's the whole thing about safety, and now this has jumped out. Now this whole war thing is it's probably imminent. It's just waiting in the background. So I think Eddie may have to hand back over that money if the Saudis did hand it over to him. But this thing is scrapped. Now we got to find, where do we take this fight to? Does it come back to the United States, or do you allow Anthony Joshua to fight over in the UK? Now Ruiz gets to play hardball with them once again. We're going to play the money game a little bit more. Or even allow this to, after this falls apart, Ruiz going to really have to play hardball and bring this fight over to where, back to the United States. He definitely has to do it. But I think this thing is going to really be scrapped because that situation over there is about to be real dangerous, especially for anyone, any Westerner trying to travel over there, especially with Trump making those threats. They will go about kidnapping folks up over there. So, man.
What are your thoughts, G-Funk?
Well, this is kind of what we anticipated from the beginning with this whole location, this is nothing new to that region of the world. There's always fighting and wars going on there. So I mean, that's the first thing I thought about when I heard Saudi Arabia. Really?
But how can he say that, G-Funk?
Hey, history, man. You just got to study the history. We know it's always been fighting going on in that region of the world, man. It is what it is. But with that said, let's get that thing up out of there, man. Bring it back to the United States, man. Let's go back to New York. Let's go to Vegas. Forget all that, man. Get them out of there, man. That's ridiculous, man. From the beginning, that's why I didn't even make a video on it myself. Like when they first came out with it, like, it's actually gonna be inside. I knew that something weird was gonna happen, and look, here we go. So let's just get those guys out of there, man.
But I don't know. I still think the fight's gonna happen in Saudi Arabia. I don't think they care. I think Eddie Hearn's still gonna go for it. I don't know. I think they're still gonna do it, Reggie.
But how does he do it if they go about putting travel bans on any American traveling over there? And what does the British government do? Do they put a travel ban of citizens of their nation traveling over there? It's just the situation is real dangerous. It's going to escalate. It may even ruin. What's to say they don't attack that construction site if there's any construction going on over there?
Yeah, and who's to say they don't bomb the arena?
Yeah, it's too dangerous, man.
To make a statement. What if the Yemen rebels decide, hey, we could really make a statement? Heavyweight championship fight. Boom! All right? I mean, I'm just saying. So somebody said it was Bob Arum. Bob Arum's responsible for we're gonna blame Bob Arum for everything, bro. It was me. I had nothing to do with what happened with Ryan Garcia. But I did do the bombing. Right? Bro, like let me tell you something, man. In all seriousness. What are we doing, like putting fights over there? Like, all bullshit aside. Like, why is the fight inside? Like, this was never a good idea.
Never.
Right? Like, there's nothing good about this, right? I mean, first we say, okay, well, should we fight over there? I mean, look how they treat women, and we need to respect their culture. Okay, like, okay, all right. Oh well, what about what about this though? What about the fact that this is a nation at war who has been penetrated and they have bombed like a fucking pipeline? I don't know if this is a good idea. Didn't UFC fight in Dubai fight there? Don't forget the inconvenience charge. Okay, man.
Let me say something about that one.
They're saying it's AJ's second home, and that means they're targeting AJ. What are they doing? Like, get him out of there. All right? Go ahead, Reggie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, about the UFC fight that was in Dubai. It's good of this is the problem with having fights over there. That is not a fan base. That fight looked trash as heck being fought over there. No one got to see it. We found out the result of that fight. I found out the result of that fight being over here by noon or something like that. No one is talking about that Khabib fight. We having to find highlights on if somebody posted on Instagram or finding it on YouTube. You lose money. If fans lose out when fights are fought over there in a region that, for one thing, that region doesn't have one boxer. They didn't start putting people on Olympic teams until a few years ago. They don't have anyone competing in mixed martial arts. But you taking a country to a region of the world where they have no people that compete in it because you have all these oil barons. Let them oil-rich folks come over here and watch fights rather than taking them up over there. It just makes no sense. And Dana White may got his pockets filled, but the fans of the UFC, they missed out big time with that fight being fought over there. No one got to really watch Khabib choke the guy out, except everybody's watching on YouTube. And it's a huge mark missed when you take fights over into regions like that based on timing. And by time you wake up to watch it, the event is over. And we live in a media-driven world. At the press of a button, you find out information. It's whack to do that. Boxing is a sport to where these memories last. Mixed martial arts, I don't think they carry on things where you talk about them years down the line. Boxing is things that carry over memories. These memories last. Ain't no memories gonna be last if it's being carried over into that country. We're gonna miss out. But it's buffoonery to take anything to the Middle East till they start developing their own programs. Countries who don't have develop programs, you don't take sports over there. Cubans produce fighters like hell. We ain't taking fights over there. Mexico produce fights. We ain't taking fights over there. You do it where the markets are built up. Like all this crazy ideal Eddie Hearn's coming up with is buffoonery. Even with Dana White, it's buffoonery. Dana White had to go over there because he can't sell an event in America anymore. He needed a little infusion of cash.
Yeah, bro. Like they won't even let their citizens box, bro. Right? like that's ridiculous. Look at this. Two, not just one, by the way, two Saudi oil installations hit by drone strike, and U.S. blames Iran. Dude, two of them got hit by drones, bro. It's gonna like you think that the parachute dude in the Bo versus Holyfield fight was some?
Huh.
Just wait till a fucking drone falls on the damn arena, bro. The Saudi oil strikes will Gulf powder keg. Like this. Look at this. Is that going to detonate? I don't know. All right. Saudi Arabia oil attack. Trump hints at action as U.S. points finger at Iran. I don't know. We should have a fight in this region of the world, guys. I don't know if it's a good idea. I don't know if some rebels want to make a statement, heavyweight championship fight that the whole world is watching. It's probably a good way to make a statement, right? It's probably a good target to make. Like I'm just saying, who's going to protect them? Eddie Hearn?
Yeah.
Right? I am Eddie Hearn. You will go away, you drone. Like get the fuck out of here. They're going to beat the shit out of Eddie Hearn. Right? Anyway. I don't think this is safe at all, bro. I think this is a horrible idea. Okay, I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Right? Of those three headlines you just saw, G-Funk, do you think, I mean, does it make you feel better or worse about the fight being over there?
Worse. They got to get it out of there, man. It's just a bad idea to begin with, you know. Like Eddie, let it go, Eddie. All right, just let it go, man. All right, you try to make your point by having the fighterless press conference and all this weird stuff you was doing. Just let it go, man. All right, let it go. It's over. It's done.
I mean, what are we gonna do? I mean, come on, bro. Like, they're gonna have snipers in the roof. Like, make sure that there's no terrorists coming, bro. It's just insane, bro. Right? Like, it's just gonna be like a bizarre scene. Like, it's just like, what are we doing?
Yeah, and what kind of impact will that have on the fighters? You know, like you think they'll be, fully in the game? With all this stuff going on, I don't think so. I know I wouldn't be.
We don't know if anything else is going to be announced soon. We don't know if another attack or attempted attack will happen soon. That is that, man. But last topic of the day. The Crusher, right? Kovalev, Sergey Kovalev against Saul Canelo Alvarez. G-Funk, I don't think I've heard your thoughts on this, man. The fight, no catch weight, and by the looks of it, no rehydration clause. I'm still trying to get confirmation on that, but it looks like there's no rehydration clause. How do you see it? It's a straight up 175-pound fight by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm waiting on too, to see if there is a catch weight or a rehydration clause. But if there's not, I'm going to say this real quickly because I know we're running out of time. But I've been on YouTube now for about 9 years. And I've probably done prediction videos on just about all of Canelo's fights. And, I've gone back and forth with this guy's fans. I mean, day and night. And I've been called a hater of Canelo and all this other stuff.
Hater.
And he's given me plenty of reason to criticize this. I mean, it is what it is. But, hey, good for you, man. You moved up. You're going to fight him at his weight. You're not going to try to drain him. You're not going to mess him up with the rehydration clause. I give credit where credit is due, man. He's doing the right thing. If this is what you want to do, go up to the weight class and do it. You know, don't make all these rules and all these things like that. Get up there
Canelo.
and do it. You know. So
And by
I
the
like
way,
to fight too. I like to fight.
for you Canelo fans, no, you can't come and be like, see, I told you that this guy's been working the system so long. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Okay, like he gets a thumbs up. Okay, but I'm not gonna give him like more than that. Yeah, like I'm not gonna give him 2 or 3, 4 thumbs up. But Reggie, how do you see this fight, man?
I think it's a daring move. He's daring to be great, daring to take on challenges. But I think Kovalev's gonna dog him. I think Kovalev's gonna dog him. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if Canelo's power is gonna come up. I don't even know if Canelo attacking him to the body is gonna be enough to hurt this dude. This isn't a Rocking Fielding type punch, and I don't even think the punch he hit Rocking Fielding hurt him. That looked like a dive. That whole fight. I think it takes more than just attacking Kovalev to the body. It takes way more. I want to know how well Canelo can take Kovalev's punch. Now, if he can take and deal with a Kovalev punch, then I think Canelo may be able to work with something. But other than that, the way I envision it, I think Kovalev can go in here and dog this dude and possibly stop him. Don't know about knocking him out, but they're possibly going to have to save Canelo from himself. If he goes in here, he can take this power. I'm gonna have to reverse it, but I'm gonna have to my prediction to change in the fight. But I'm favoring Kovalev as of right now.
Who do you think wins, G-Funk?
If it's a legit light heavyweight fight, you have to take Kovalev, man. You just have to. And you know, even though Canelo, we all know the guy is a big middleweight. You know, he was a gigantic junior middleweight. Then he moved up. Now he's a big middleweight. We know he comes in at least 175 to 180. You know, the day of his fights. So you know he's going to be comfortable with the weight. I think. Will he be able to take the punches? I don't think so. I think Kovalev will be able to handle his punches. I mean, you know, he's not knocking these guys out at 160. He wasn't really knocking guys out at 154, you know? So what makes you think he's going to move up 2 weight classes and get rid of Kovalev? You know, like if I could quote D-Style, that's insane, you know? But I've already, believe it or not,
insane.
Yeah. Believe it or not, like I said, I was at the party this weekend. We were talking about this fight. I've already got money on the line with the Canelo
Oh,
fan.
you gotta show us a Corona though, because this dude's still partying. I swear to God, like he's still partying. I swear to God, this dude. Like, no, show it again. Hold on. Show it again. There you go. You see, he already finished like 4 or 5 Coronas in one video. But go ahead.
But yeah, I already got a bet with somebody, man. He's saying, "Oh, easy Canelo knockout, easy." I said, "You willing to put money on that?" Hey,
Yeah. Easy, buddy.
He put his hand out. He shook my hand. Hey, it's a done deal.
Canelo like knockout, like easy.
He said easy. Oh, you can't take it to the body. Look, Ward. Look what Ward did to him, and all. I'm like, oh man, I honestly feel a little bit bad betting the guy. I do, but you know what? He ran his mouth too much, so I had to call him on it. But yeah, I think that this fight could end up almost like when De La Hoya moved up to fight Hopkins at 160. Could be one of those type of stoppages, you know. I just think that he's going to be in there finally with a guy who's bigger, bigger than him, because he's always had the weight advantage against pretty much all the guys he's been in there with so far. So he's going to be in there getting hit by a guy who's bigger, stronger. You know, Kovalev's got that nice jab, real long, hard, stiff jab. And, that even the jab of Triple G gave Canelo some trouble, in the first fight and the second fight. So what's he going to do with a longer, stiffer jab, but from a bigger guy, But I do give him, like I said, credit, man. Got to give credit where credit's due. This is a bold move for him to move up and not have a catch weight. So I'm giving him that, but I am taking Kovalev by stoppage.
Yeah. Look, man. I like the comment. People act like Kovalev takes a knee. Okay, like a UK fighter every time he gets hit with a clean shot. Okay, all right. Let me tell you guys something. Okay, yes, Kovalev is suspect to the body, guys. I get that completely. Okay, like, but this idea, right? Like this idea that Canelo's going to come in and just dust off Kovalev like he's nothing, to me is crazy. Like it's what, like, I understand what you guys are seeing, okay, but you're not factoring in a lot of things, right? One, the Yard fight. Yard's a big dude, right?
Huge.
Yard's gonna be fighting at cruiserweight at some point, right? That's a big guy.
He's got the frame to be
Like
a heavyweight. He's got the frame to be a heavyweight for sure, man.
Look, man, let me tell you what's gonna happen, bro. All right. Yes, Ward stopped him. Canelo's not the fighter that Ward was at 175. Okay, sorry. All right, it's not. All right, and the other loss, he already avenged it, guy. He avenged his last loss, guys. He avenged the loss like easily, right? Kovalev is a 175 pounder. He's a puncher at 175 pounds. A puncher. I want to ask you guys something. What's going to happen when Kovalev hits him clean at that weight? A Kovalev's going to be like 190 pounds plus fight night. What's going to happen when he hits him and Canelo feels the full weight of that punch? I want you guys to seriously tell me what's going to happen. Probably what happened to the laptop if I don't plug it in right now. Okay? I just plugged it in right now. But I think people are completely overlooking Kovalev here. Completely overlooking the dude. I mean, Canelo's the one moving up to weight classes to fight him, right? I get it. Canelo sees something. Okay, good for Garcia thought he saw something when he saw Spence fight. Okay, and no, I'm not comparing. Okay, Kovalev to Spence, right? But I'm just trying to tell you guys. So sometimes what you think you see, it's completely different in the ring. They think, oh, he's light to the body. We're going to attack him. Jabs, bro. The jab. Reggie, is Canelo going to have an easy time with Kovalev's jab?
Hell no, he gonna fold as soon as that thing touch him, man. I want to see how it, because he can take punches at the other weights, but he ain't faced a serious puncher except for Triple G. I think that's the only serious puncher he didn't face.
But hold on, 92 AK. You need me to give you names, bro? Like, you need me to give you names on who is overlooking? We got a type in the chat right now talking about Canelo's going to knock him out, a dented chin, all that. Look at this. You got him in the chat.
Joe Habib.
Joe Habib.
Yeah.
Joe Habib saying it's going to be an easy fight. Kelly Namath saying easy fight. You need me to give you names? The media is saying easy fight. Canelo's going to be favored. The odds are saying that Canelo's going to win. This is not just some, like, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm not just speaking, you know. Most people have Canelo winning. Most people have Canelo winning easily.
I don't see that at all. I don't. And even if you want to use Andre Ward's blueprint to how he got to Kovalev's body, just go back and watch the first and the second fight. He had to go through a lot to get in there. Kovalev, look, that first fight, hey, could have went either way. I had Ward winning, but barely. And I mean barely. And Ward is the cream of the crop, you know? Second fight, Ward was all, you see his face was all busted up. But he made it a point to get in there and get to Kovalev's body because he knew he couldn't fight on the inside. But he had to go through a lot of shit to get there. You know, it's not like he just walked in there and put Kovalev out easy, you know? That was a tough fight for Ward, man. A lot of people thought he was losing that fight too by the time the stoppage came. So this notion, this predetermined notion that Canelo's going to do the same thing or better,
Yeah.
I mean, give me a break, man.
Look, haplotype. I get it. Okay, Cal Brook was fighting Triple G for a reason too. What happened? What happened to Cal Brook? All right,
Mikey Garcia. Yeah.
Cal Brook thought he saw some. Okay, he saw a lot of the same things we all saw with Triple G. Okay, but when you're in there and you feel that power, dude broke a damn. What did he bring like an orbital bone or something?
Yeah, his eyes messed up.
His eye got fucked up. That's what happens when you fight somebody that's too big for you and you're not ready for him. Sergio Martinez blew out a knee getting hit with one clean shot by a bigger Chavez. Okay. Ray Leonard almost lost when he moved up against Don. Okay.
Donnie Lalonde, you know, I don't know if this is true or not.
And that was a catch weight.
Yeah. And I think, I'm not sure if this is, we might have to have AJ 10 do a fact check. But from what my uncles were telling me, that Ray Leonard made him lose an extra couple pounds that week of the fight for some reason. Well, I mean, we know the reason, but that was a big part of it too. And he still had trouble with Lalonde. He still had trouble with him.
Yeah. And by the way, everyone's weak to the body. You hit somebody with a lot of clean body shots, okay, they're gonna feel it, right? Yes, Kovalev probably more than others, but bro, we can all agree that if Kovalev had a style that could, just a style alone could beat Canelo, of course Canelo wouldn't be fighting him, okay? Canelo feels he has a stylistic advantage over Kovalev. The question is it enough to make up for the size? Is it enough to make up for that difference in power? I don't think it is. Okay, that's just my honest opinion. This is not coming. Look, I'm not the guy that picked, Canelo to lose to a bunch of fighters before. I never picked against Canelo besides from the Mayweather fight. All right. So I'm not that guy. I'm not Dwyer that's been predicting Canelo to lose for the last 10 fights. That's not me. All right. Like I'm telling you, all right. Well, he was too arrogant, thought he would win easily. You know who's not going to be arrogant? Kovalev, because everyone's telling him he's going to lose. Okay. Everyone's saying it's an easy fight. Kovalev signed for a reason too. And yes, a lot of it is money. Right. But
Lalonde was a dead man. He was a dead man going in. If what I heard about him having to lose a couple more pounds that week is true, he was a dead man in there. And he dropped Ray Leonard still.
He was it's not what he heard. It's just what happened. It was a 175-pound title, but they weighed in at 168.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like that's what that was. Okay. So like it's that had to have drained him. Now in this case, there is no catch weight. Props to Canelo. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's no rehydration clause. Props to Canelo. Okay. Props. And if he wins, props. Okay. He can win this fight. I just don't think he will. And I don't think, and if he does, it's not going to be an easy outing. Okay.
Right. What do you think about from what I read, if Kovalev wins, that there is an option for a rematch. But if Canelo wins, there is no rematch. None.
It's always like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
No. It's the other way around. If Kovalev wins, no, I think you are. But if Kovalev wins, he goes back to Top Rank in ESPN. But if he loses, he gets 2 other fights. Is what they're saying. But no, I guess you're right with what you're saying. So you are right.
Yep. Spink Speed Home says haplotype. Look, man, more often than not, it happens the other way, bro. More often than not.
Yeah, we're not saying it doesn't happen,
Yeah. Ali lost to a guy moving up as well. He won the rematch, but still. Okay, like it happens. All right, but in this case, all right, a couple things about Canelo, guys. Right? Canelo's feet aren't that fast, right? They're not. And when he gets hit clean, he's going to try and get on his bike. And it's going to be a tough fight for Canelo.
He won't be able to stay away from Kovalev for 12 rounds, man. He had trouble trying to stay away from Triple G in the first fight, Yeah. He was pinned up against the ropes, I mean, plenty of times in that first fight. And again, this is a bigger, stronger guy, And like you said, the feet, he's a weird combination because he's got quick hands, but his feet are very slow. He still has to be planted in order to land, which might not hurt him in this fight. But if he gets hit and he gets hurt and he can't take the power, That's when the legs are going to have to come in. And is he going to be able to do that for the whole fight is the question.
Yeah.
And Canelo's a guy just like Kovalev. He has trouble going 12. You know, he takes rounds off himself, you know?
Yeah. If Dwyer picks Canelo finally, that's a bad time for Canelo. I think Dwyer made clear that Dwyer said if it's not a catchweight, he's going for Kovalev. I mean, but this is the one time that I agree with Dwyer. Right. By the way. But don't fall in love with fighters that no longer exist, man. Just Dwyer. Dwyer said that. Okay.
That's a Dwyer quote.
All right. But man, let's talk about Canelo knocking out Kovalev, right? Dude, Canelo doesn't knock dudes out, bro. Like this myth that he knocked out Khan.
Josecito Lopez.
Yeah, he knocked out Josecito Lopez, dude. That's it. Who else is he knocked out? Like notable.
The Rocky dude he fought. That's it.
Dude, Liam Smith was piecing up Canelo in parts of his fights, bro. Okay, you don't think Kovalev's gonna land some shit?
I mean, Canelo got good head and upper body movement. You know, I'll give him that. That's improved, but it ain't to the point where he's gonna go in there and be like Floyd Mayweather and barely get touched. You know, I don't see that. You know,
right? Yeah. This is his first risky fighter that he's been in there with. A serious puncher, and he could have had it at 160, but he avoided it. Now he wants to challenge somebody at a heavier weight. This is very risky for him. He ain't never been in there with a puncher like that. And a lot of, you know, the Triple G power was romanticized, a little bit played upon. And when Triple G moved up to higher tier opposition, they stated that his punches were relatively normal type punches. Now you got guys who are fighting at 175, and they're recognizing the power that that Kovalev has. Triple G ain't never been hit like this, and it's gonna be real risky for this dude. I mean, Canelo ain't never been hit like this.
Dude, let me tell you something. Okay, Canelo's walking around with knee braces, bro. Okay, he's training with knee braces. All right, he's worn them in the fight. Let me tell you something. Okay, you heard it here first, by the way. I predict Canelo's knee's gonna get fucked up in this fight. Okay, like I think he's gonna be planted properly with his feet. Kovalev's gonna clip him, right, and his whole body's gonna turn, right, and it's gonna fuck. Just watch, all right. This is not as easy of a fight as you guys think. I'm not guaranteeing, okay, that this is an easy win for Kovalev. It's not. Right? Because Canelo is, I think all three of us agree on this panel, right, that Canelo is the better pound per pound fighter than Kovalev, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
If they were the same size, Canelo all day, same weight, Canelo all day. If it was just one weight class above, all right. But this is light heavyweight, no catch weight. A guy that walks around 190 some, Kovalev, right? Canelo's going to be an artificial light heavyweight, dude. Or he's going to weigh under the weight class. Like, he either puts on artificial muscle to make the weight, or he comes in a lot lighter for that fight. Right? Canelo is going to feel something he's never felt before. He's going to hit Kovalev, and I honestly, I got to be honest, I don't think Kovalev's not Rocky Fielding, guys. All right? I don't think Kovalev's going to fold like Rocky Fielding did. That just isn't going to happen. Canelo's going to, and then I get the argument that he's going to duck low and come under him, Appletype. But with that logic, wouldn't short guys be dominating 175 then? If that's all you have to do, be short and get under the tall guys. Okay, I mean, I get the argument, and yes, Canelo will utilize that and get inside, but man, Kovalev's going to keep him at bay, and Canelo's feet just aren't fast enough to slice through butter and get on the inside like that, right?
Exactly, and he got hit with a lot of jabs against Triple G, man. And again, this is a guy taller, longer reach, stronger jab. It's not going to be easy, man. Even again, Andre Ward had trouble getting on the inside with this guy. And he's much better defensively than Canelo. I mean, what don't you guys understand about that, you know?
Canelo gets tired and goes to the ropes, bro.
Yeah.
If he goes to the ropes with Kovalev like that, man, he's gonna get well done. And Kovalev could hit the body too. You guys like you don't think he's gonna go to the body? Like Kovalev can't throw to the body. like Canelo like this against the ropes. He's not gonna go to the body. He's gonna go to the body. Reggie wants to say something.
No, I was saying right. That's what people forget. And he's gonna shoot jabs down to the body. Step back. He's gonna keep Canelo at range. He's gonna pepper the hell out of his face. Like I say, Canelo has not fought a puncher, and that's why they avoided allowing him to fight other punchers except for Triple G. But it took a while for him to take the challenge of Triple G. Now he's going against a taller, natural size, power punching light heavyweight. It's risky, and plus, Kovalev can lay on this dude. He can use a veteran tactic to wear down on this dude with cardio issues at a lighter weight, who's packing on artificial muscle that needs oxygen. Kovalev can play the game with this dude and just utilize. He boxes effectively. He's not headhunting under McGirt. They're going to work their way to finding the knockout. They're going to break this guy down.
Great point, Reggie. Great point.
Like it took Canelo, I don't know how long to knock out Liam Smith, bro, but he's gonna knock out Kovalev in 4 rounds. Like you guys are saying some ridiculous shit.
Ridiculous,
I gotta be honest.
man. Ridiculous.
Like I'm seeing knockout in 4. Like Kovalev can't take the body shots. Like it's just that is such a blanket statement, and it takes away from what Andre Ward accomplished. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's you guys are making it seem like everyone else is just dropping this dude to the body, left and right. Like Kovalev just bends the knee every time he goes. It's just, dude. And when Canelo goes to the body, he's going to be open upstairs, bro, to a counter. Kovalev countered Ward and put him on his ass. You don't think he's going to do that to Canelo?
Exactly. And let's look at Canelo's in my opinion, one of his better fights at going to the body was against Erislandy Lara, which I thought Lara won the fight, but Canelo did do good work to the body in that fight. And I didn't see Lara at all bothered by anything to the body. You know, it wasn't like Lara was hurt or that he was looking like he was going to go down from a couple body shots from Canelo. And Canelo was landing combinations to the body. It wasn't just one shot. And some of those mid rounds, he was able to get Lara against the ropes and land 2 to 3 good, clean shots to the body. I didn't see Lara act bothered by him at all. So what makes you think he's going to go up and do this to a light heavyweight?
I want to remind you guys, Lara was hurt to the body by Angulo. Okay? Canelo couldn't do that, bro. Like, come on, guys. You guys got to, like, they stopped the Angulo fight. Angulo's a walking punching bag. He could have arguably finished that fight.
Yeah.
He didn't stop Chavez Jr. And you guys talking about, oh, he's going to stop him, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, Canelo's going to just work that body and Goldman's going to be like, oh, like, it's just stop. It's simple.
He didn't stop or hurt Miguel Cotto, and he looked like a damn monster next to Cotto. I mean, the size difference was just crazy. And I didn't see Cotto really bothered much. You know, I mean, there might have been a few times where a few punches looked like they might have got his attention, but it never looked like he was like rocked or anything to me, you know. So the power, I mean, he's got good power, but it's overrated to me. You know, I mean, he's not the type of guy you're just going to put your hands down and let him hit you. Of course not. But it's not this incredible Hulk power that you guys think. And he ain't going to carry it with him 2 weight classes up.
Look, man, when he's got the guard like that against the ropes, what's going to happen? Canelo always does this, okay? And he's not doing it out of tactic, guys. He's trying to get a second win, okay? He's going to get against the ropes, okay? And then Kovalev is going to be throwing bombs, bro. Like, boom, boom, boom. Just the shots he's going to feel, like on the shoulder, okay, on the wrist, even on the gloves. All he's going to feel that.
All of it.
Okay? It's going to tire out his arms, dude. All right? And Canelo's got like those thick arms, like dude, those body shots or arm punches to the arms. I'm not saying Canelo can't win this fight. Don't get me wrong, right? It's just not the easy fight you guys think it is.
Exactly.
Like, it just isn't.
I wouldn't be shocked if Canelo did win it. I'd be shocked if he knocked him out, like they're saying.
Dude, like Kirkland was getting knocked out by that Japanese. I forgot his name, bro.
Yeah.
Like you guys, like you got making it sound like Canelo did something nobody else ever done, dude. He got knocked out by that Japanese dude. I forgot his name.
In one round, bro. In one.
In the first, yeah. I'm curious what Canelo will weigh in at the weigh-in. Canelo will probably, if he puts on extra muscle and being an artificial light heavyweight, he's going to get knocked out in the middle rounds, okay? I don't think he's going to do that because they have plans to stay at 168, right? But, man, they're going to sit his ass back down on 168, bro. Like, he's going to be sent back to 168. Pack your shit, get out of this division, all right? That's what's going to happen. That's what I think. And it might be like 165, 168. I'm thinking somewhere between that he'll weigh in.
And I agree with the notion that they see something. Of course, they wouldn't take the fight if they didn't. But I just don't see it, man. I'm sorry. I just don't see it.
Like Ishida, and then
Ishida.
Didn't they have it in the contract that Ann Wolf couldn't train James Kirkland? I think wrong about that.
Something like that.
Ishida knocked this dude out, bro. Okay? Like, is there a dude that only Canelo knocked out? Like, is that dude alive? Oh, yeah, but he knocked out Khan. Dude, my grandma knocked out Khan. Okay? Come on.
Did anybody else knock out Hatton's brother?
Are you going to tell me he beat Malignaggi next or what? Everybody beats Malignaggi. MMA fighters beating Malignaggi. Come on, bro. Okay?
Oh,
man. 160. Well, he wants to stay. He wants that work, bro. Okay, he wants to fight, like that Smith cat. What's his name?
At 168?
Column.
Yeah.
I just think people are you guys. I think Colo shut down Canelo out the way Spence it to Mikey. You guys are acting like, I swear to God, the way you guys are like, oh, Canelo's going to get in there, bro. And then pop, and then Kovalev is just going to fold and just fall to the ground. Like, I don't know what you guys are saying. Like, I don't know.
I might have to do a video and read all the comments from all of my prediction videos that I've done on Canelo. I mean, this all the same things I'm hearing now, I was hearing back then, man. And the knockouts didn't come. They weren't even close to coming in these big fights, man. So I don't see it, man. Anybody willing to bet some money, let's do it. I've already took one bet on the knockout. Let's do it, man.
And by the way, I know a lot of people are going to perceive this as I'm hating on Canelo for, I don't know why, but I'm just giving you my honest opinion on how I think this fight's going to go. Because I think you guys are crazy, thinking that he's just going to walk through Kovalev. Like, you're crazy. This is a big miscalculation. Like, I'm just saying. Oh, bro, I saw him against, Yard hit him, bro, and he looked vulnerable.
I was just going to say that. That's what the guy who I bet, that was who he was basing his bet on.
Honest question.
Yard. Look at Yard, bro.
Honest question. What would happen if Yard hit Canelo clean?
Probably knocks him out.
Come on, guys.
Probably knocks him cold out.
Callum Smith is 6'4". Callum Smith's a big dude, bro. No way Canelo goes back 160. He'll be a super middleweight. He'll be a super middleweight. Boxing historian, yeah, but he was also dirty boxing. Malignaggi would have won in a boxing match. But, John, we're clowning Malignaggi, bro. Come on. Okay. What's good, John? Ask Floyd if KO's easy to get. Floyd's not a power puncher. He hasn't been since his hands got brittle after 130, bro. That's not what Floyd does. But you guys are the ones saying, like, no one ever said, Mayweather's going to move up 2 weight classes and knock out the middleweight. Like, no one ever said that. You guys are the ones saying Canelo's going to move up and knock out Kovalev. If knockouts aren't easy to come by, right? Like, you guys think it's easier that he's moving up?
They're in a daze, man. They're lost in the sauce. That's all it is.
Yeah. I'll do 2 24s of Corona. You already done with your 12-pack of Corona?
Let's do it, man. I'm good with that.
I'll be on tomorrow night, guys, with Ashy Knuckles. Okay, Odo is a beast. I hear you, man. Okay, Odo Wallin, bro. Wallin was balling. Okay. Oro the Ballin' Wallin. That's what they should nickname the guy. Okay. Modelo. Okay. Anyways, G Funk, give us your final thoughts, bro.
On the Canelo Kovalev.
Canelo Kovalev and just in general, we're gonna wrap this up.
Well, like I said, guys, I don't see a knockout. Do I think that Canelo could beat him? Absolutely. If he comes in with the right game plan, comes in great condition, he can definitely get the win on points.
Eat your meat.
Yeah. Knockout though, I mean, you guys are living in a dream world. I mean, just being honest, all right? You're living in a dream world. But I had a great time watching the fights this weekend. A ton of fights that we got to see. I had a great time tonight with you guys, Reggie, D-Style. Thanks for hanging out with me, man, and talking boxing, man. We gotta keep it going, man. I mean, I know you had to take a break, D, and I respect that, man. You put in a lot of work, man. But anytime, guys, I'm here. I'm always ready to talk boxing, man. And thanks to everybody in the chat. And like D-Style says, utilize that jab, man. Utilize it.
That's right. By the way, John, I know, for the record, I thought Malignaggi won that bare knuckle fight. But that's another story. Reggie, give us your thoughts, man. Final thoughts, and let's wrap it up.
Man, first I can't say, man, I got to say thank you to you guys. Made my day or my night a real good one to talk this boxing talk. Salute to G-Funk, D-Styles, to the chat. It was great talking this boxing, man. And I was tripping about, man, I'm like, man, I'm enjoying the hell out of listening to this boxing talk and talking it. And then I start thinking back to childhood, which was one of the highlights when I think back, is always hearing the elders back in the day speak on fights. And now that I've become older, I'm just like them old heads. I enjoy the hell out of this damn boxing talk. And it's the most enjoyable thing because these fights go down in history. They live on. We talk about them. We spread them to our kids. And that's exactly what's happened. This whole little cycle of things, man, I enjoy the hell out of it. And then on top of that, the internet makes it so beautiful to where we get all this information to where we 10 times what the elders back in the day did. A lot of our grandparents, great uncles, man, they make this thing. So now we got these platforms, we talking it, and man, every single one of y'all who do these shows, man, y'all drive my day. I don't watch TV, I YouTube all day, may watch other things on YouTube, but boxing is the thing that moved me. I don't even care about other sports anymore. But man, I just enjoy being on here. Thank you for bringing this fire show. G-Funk for bringing this fire. Y'all make easy work and hit that like button. It's easy work. But that's all I got.
By the way, look, I'm gonna put out a challenge right now, okay? So right now we got Reggie and we got G-Funk, okay, and then myself, of course. All right, but next Monday, right? I want 3 dudes that think that think Canelo's gonna win. 3 dudes, okay? My email is DStyleBoxing@gmail.com, okay? Or put it in the comment section, not the chat, but the comment section, right? I want 3 dudes that think Canelo's gonna win, and we'll debate it next week. How about that?
Woo! Right? I'm ready to swing a sword anytime, baby. My sword is sharp. I'm ready.
Somebody tell him D-Style's looking for him. Somebody tell him Reggie looking for him, and somebody tell him G-Funk's looking for him. Okay?
Yes, indeed. Let's have a debate.
I'm always willing to get funky. That's why they call me the Funk. I'm ready.
But I'm telling you guys. Okay, when I said Canelo better make sure it's a catch weight, I meant what I said. Okay, all right. But with that said, shout out to No Paul with a $9.99 super chat. Okay, you guys keep this channel running. Okay,
big up, No Paul. Good stuff.
Definitely appreciate that. Mark says he's not going to win this fight. Canelo's not going to win this fight. Look at this, 92 AK. You want? Are you signing up right now? Like, are you saying you want this work? Is that what he's saying? 92 AKU. He says, put me in.
He was defending the heck out of Canelo. He got to be on.
Hey, me, Reggie, and D-Style, we sending out smoke signals, baby. We like 3 Indians in here. We ready.
Get the word out. Okay, next Monday we could do a debate. D-Style Boxing Live. Okay, by the way, tomorrow, A Puncher's Chance with Ashy Knuckles. Make sure you guys tune into that.
I'll be watching.
Feliz Día de la Independencia para todo México. Okay, Happy Independence Day to all Mexico. This is D-Style Boxing. D-Style, he knocked out Khan D-Style.
You don't understand, bro.
Come on, bro. He's soft to the body, bro. He's gonna hit him, bro, with some ganchos al hígado, bro. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Look, if this is a big if, okay. If Canelo comes out, bro, and pa like 4 rounds, puts Kovalev on his ass and knocks him out and all that, I swear to God, okay, the 3 dudes that come in to beat us, dude, I'll I don't know, I'll buy you all pizza or some shit. I don't know, okay.
I'll be a certified Canelo fan if he does that, for real, man. I've been very.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I'll buy a Canelo cap and T-shirt and fanboy the shit out of the dude, okay, on Monday, all right, after the fight, all right. But that's not going to happen, all right. Mm-hmm. But with that said, this is D-Style Boxing. And what do we say, guys?
Keep it boxing.
Hell yeah.